Welcome to verse 5 of the Tao Te Ching. For me, it is about silence. My paintings are a set of two. They are about sitting alone under a tree in silence, centered on the Tao that resides inside me. I imagine myself in harmony with the mysterious Tao. The trees are pines. They are alone like I am under the tree. Let's look more closely at the message, as well as at the translations themselves. In order to study the Tao Te Ching, I used the Thomas Cleary and Wayne Dyer translations, which are compilations of many translations. I have read these two versions of the Tao Te Ching many times. The translations are not exactly the same, of course. Figuring out the intent of old, complicated, 2,500-year-old Chinese characters and translating them into many languages must have been a great challenge. In verse 5, Wayne Dyer chose these words: "Man was made to sit quietly and find the truth within." In verse 5, Thomas Cleary chose for the very same lines, "The talkative reach their wits' end again and again." The line which resonates with me the most is the end of the Wayne Dyer version. Hold on to the center. Man was made to sit quietly and find the truth within. For me, it ties everything in the Tao Te Ching together. Cleary's version says, "The talkative reach their wits' end again and again." That is not as good as being centered. Both end the verse saying it is important to be centered. One says that you will not be centered if you talk too much, and the other says you need to sit quietly to be centered. The example proves that we need to read more than one translation to get a richer meaning of the intent in the written Chinese characters. Is sitting quietly the same as not talking too much? Perhaps. I have studied Reiki, the Silva method, Tai Chi, have read countless of self-improvement books, have practiced meditation for years. And what is my conclusion? I feel that silent reflection is my sweet spot. I like Wayne Dyer's words, "Man was made to sit quietly and find the truth within." Walking alone is the same for me. I adore walking alone. It is delightfully quiet. The sounds of nature are soothing. When I listen more and am silent, I am in my favorite place. The other day, when I was finishing a canvas which was totally covered with blue paint, I was searching for an idea to express water pollution. I decided to stretch out and relax, and I started at my scalp and went all the way down to my toes, working on relaxing. After just a few minutes, I saw in my mind a clear picture of what I could paint to express what I wanted to say. The Silva method would say my brain activity or my brain waves had slowed down, allowing me to focus on my painting and to solve my problem. Now, to conclude, Wayne Dyer says the verse is about living impartially. Thomas Cleary calls this verse heaven and earth. I call it being centered, being silent. We're all correct, of course, because each of us will apply our own life experiences to the verse. In addition, I have only shared with you a couple of the lines of a 16-line verse. I suggest to you that one day you read the verse yourself and discover your own interpretation. Find the part that resonates the most with you as you sit in silence in your favorite place and find the truth within. Thank you for joining me.